Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be doing a Test 20 game between England and Australia. I'm not going to be playing, I'm just going to be watching through and commentating. We're going to put these two sides up against each other and see how it goes in a Test 20 match. I've put both of them with their T20 lineups in and we'll see how they play like. I think this will be a really interesting match and let's get straight into it. Alright guys, we're playing at Old Trafford for this game. I think this will be in a nice stadium to play in. There's the lineups if you are interested. And let's get straight into the action. Brooke throwing up the coin. Heads is the call. And Australia win the toss. What will they do in the first ever Test 20 game? On Cricket 24, they're going to bat first. Oh, wow. Well, this is a new format, and I think they think it's a test match, because Luke Wood's coming in, there's 3 slips in, and it's smashed down the ground by Marsh straight away to the boundary for 4. I'm not sure 3 slips in a gully are required. Luke Wood's in again. It's edge straight to that gully, so maybe I was wrong. Yeah, with this being a new format, the AI doesn't know exactly how to play it, so it is going to be a little bit weird, but it's still the same format nonetheless, as that's another drive by Marsh, this time through cover, all the way to the boundary for 4. Australia are off to a flying start here. Been a nice even start so far, as Wood's in, it's short, pulled away, and it will be 12 from the first over of Test 20. Australia are 12 without loss after first over. That's a good length again, driven into the gap between short cover and mid-off. Rashid's running around to get to that one and picks it up easily. A couple of runs there. Luke Wood again. Smashed and straight to short cover where it's taken by, I think that was Bryden Cast maybe, took that catch. Luke Wood gets the first wicket of Test 20 cricket. It's Marsh slapping at one straight to short cover, straight into his hands. He has to jump a little bit, but takes a really good catch. Marsh gone, 19 off 12, and in comes Josh Inglis. Can Luke Wood finish off the first Test 20 maiden? Yes, he can. It's blocked on the front foot from Inglis, little inside edge, and it's no run. None from that over and a wicket from Wood. Really well bowled from him. Curran in again. Inside edge, should go all the way down to the boundary and will. Unlucky for England and Sam Curran. Head gets a bit of fortune. Curran once more to head. It's full, it's out, swinger, and it's flashed away in the gap for 4. Nice shot from Head, gets on top of the bounce finally and actually middles one to the boundary. They haven't scored a run off Luke Wood for 11 deliveries as that's slapped away from Inglis. He doesn't let Wood get another maiden and he is finally off the mark with the boundary. That's a bit shorter and driven between gully and point. A brilliant looking shot from Head. He moves on to 13 from just 9 balls. Archer in again. Short and cut away between third slip and gully. And that'll be another boundary. Head's 17 off 10 now and he's starting to find his groove. Bryden Cast coming on. This is a very weird looking field. A leg slip and about a third slip maybe, as that's a wide first up from Cast. So he's now gone with a third slip, a leg gully and a fine leg. There's that short uppercut from Head, a brilliant shot into the gap. He just has to time it with this aggressive field and he will find a boundary. Cast again, big gap through cover. Oh, he's bowled him. Absolute seed from Cast, hits the top of off stump. A beauty to dismiss Head, who was looking in great touch. And that is a huge wicket for England early on. Head goes and they're 2 for 49. Just one slip in the gully now for England as they've got a fine leg as that's slapped away in between gully and point, and that will be 4 more for Inglis. He moves on to 11 off 18 balls. Archer to Inglis again. It's short, it's uppercut in the gap and Inglis is finally starting to find his groove maybe. It's another boundary. 2 in a row. Seems to be very good bowling from England so far. They've kept Australia quite quiet as that's an absolute seed again by Cast. He has bowled a couple of absolute rippers to Australia to dismiss 2 of their most important batsmen. First it was Head and now it's David trying to punch off the back foot. Gets knocked over. He goes for 2 off 5. It's 3 for 59 now. Curran again to Owen. Flicked away in the gap and that will be a boundary that Australia needed very much. It'll be another 4. Cast to Inglis. Short, cut, and taken! What a brilliant catch by Luke Wood in the gully. And Inglis goes. He was starting to look in form a couple of overs ago, but slashes one away, and that is a brilliant catch from Luke Wood. Inglis is gone for 16, and it's 4 for 66 now. Australia not looking too good at 68 for 4. As that slap down the ground, maybe a caught on bold chance, but in the end, Stoinis finds a boundary. It's Curran again to Owen. On a good length, pulled away past mid-wicket. That will be 4. Owen moves to 10 of 8 deliveries. Curran again. That looked close, and it's gone, I reckon. Umpire gives it. Stoinis is gone. Curran gets the breakthrough. We're starting to look good, Stoinis and Owen, but there's a big wicket for England again, and they're breaking up a lot of these big partnerships. Yeah, that was absolutely plumb in front. Last ball of his third over. Flicked fine. They should get at least a couple here. Might go all the way to the boundary, and will. Last ball of Carter's spell, 3 for 19 at the moment, as that's blocked on the front foot nicely by Owen. Cast ends his 4 overs with 3 for 19. Brilliant bowling from him. Wood into short. It's full. Driven down the ground. He's timed that beautifully. That will run away for a boundary. Lovely shot from short. Jofra Archer comes back on. He's been really expensive so far, as that's pulled away, and that's more runs off Archer. Owen finally gets a boundary that he really needed. Can we see a strong finish from Australia? So that's driven in the gap from Owen. A beautiful shot. Finds another boundary. We finally see spin coming on and a defensive field. Here's Rashid. As that slapped away in the gap between mid-wicket and long on, and that will be a boundary. Meets spin with a bit of aggression short as Australia bring up 100. It's very weird. The field keeps switching for Rashid. As that's driven in the gap. A beautiful shot by Short. He finds another boundary. Rashid goes for 10 in his first over. This has been a useful partnership for Australia, and hopefully they can cash in at the end of this innings, as that's cut away from Owen. Beautiful shot, rocked onto the back foot, punched through the covers for 4. Rashid again. Defensive field in as it's slapped away through the covers by Short. A brilliant shot, and he is giving Australia a little bit of hope here with a great innings. Short's 22 of 17. As he slaps that one again through cover, it's just sitting up. Rashid bowling a little bit too short and outside off, and that's another boundary. I think when England have the defensive fields, it makes Australia go aggressive, as that's driven away to deep point, but he's actually beaten him. 3 4s in a row. Dawson. Full, he goes for it. That looked absolutely plumb. Short is gone for 33. Really useful innings from him, but England get the breakthrough, and Short is out. Great last over here from Dawson, really keeping it tight. So that's driven again, straight to the cover fielder. Australia end with 131 from their 20 overs. You've got Buttler coming out with Salt, and Xavier Bartlett is coming on for the first over. First ball, they've got slips in. As it's edged away through the gully position from Buttler, and he gets away with the boundary. Bartlett to Buttler. Full, driven on the up, a really nice drive, and he'll find 2 boundaries in the first 2 balls. Bartlett's in again on a good length and smashed up and over that short cover. I think England realise that this is a T20 match and they've got 3 slips and a short cover in. Bartlett once more, driven in between point and short cover. It will be a 4th boundary in 4 balls. England are off to a flying start. Last ball of the over. It's no run again, a maiden second over. Bartlett again, this time to Salt. Slapped away from Salt first ball in the gap. He finds a boundary straight away. England firmly in command at the moment. As that's full and wide and terribly laggy, and it's slapped away from Salt to the boundary again. Another 4 to end the over. All of the 29 runs have been hit off Bartlett so far, as that's flicked away in the gap. There's the first runs off Hazelwood. Buttler finds 4 and moves on to 21 very quickly. Change of bowling. Here comes Sean Abbott. Into Buttler, edged and taken. Abbott has impact straight away. Gets the big wicket of Buttler, who was looking really, really in fine form. He goes a little edge to slip, trying to cut off the front foot. Or back, I think it was front foot sort of cut. He's gone for 22, it's 1 for 36. Abbott again. Flicked uppishly from Salt, but it's in the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on, and it will race away for 4. Mitch Marsh from the other end. Run rate is 8.2. That's short. He goes for the big pull, and it's straight to the man. Bethell gets out playing the big shot straight away, and Marsh gets a wicket with his first ball. Marsh again into Brooke. Cut away in between gully and point, and that's 4. Marsh again. Cut away again in the same exact gap, and it's another boundary for Brooke. He's 8 off 2. Run rate's just a tad over 8 and over. As he slaps that one away, Salt finds another boundary in between short cover and mid-off. 7 from the first 4 balls of this over. So it's punched off the back foot in the gap from Salt. Nice looking shot, and he should find there another boundary. England 60 off just 6.5 overs. Marsh once more. Full and on the pads and flicked away from Brooke. He takes the invitation and finds 4. Just 4 from the over so far. Last ball is driven in the gap. That could go all the way to the boundary. And Stoinis can't chase it down. 8 from the over. Bit of a defensive field now for Australia as there's an edge and it's taken. Salt is gone for 28. Huge breakthrough for Australia as Salt was scoring pretty quickly and becoming a little bit of an issue. Abbott's built up some great pressure here and finally gets the wicket that he's deserved. He's got 2 for now as Salt is gone for 28. It's 3 for 68 now. Abbott in again to Curran. That's full and straight and a bit too full. Smack down the ground from Curran, who finds a boundary. He is off the mark very quickly. 6 from 2 balls. First ball for Stoinis. Edged and taken. Brooks gone as well. Australia have 2 wickets in 2 overs and the game is starting to turn a little bit here maybe. Stoinis gets a wicket off his very first ball and Brooke is gone. Comes a free hit for England and Sam Curran. It's edged and taken. But sadly for Australia, it is just a free hit. A couple of big wickets have put the spanner in the works for England at the moment as that's flicked away from Curran. They are scoring a bit slower, but that's 4. Last ball of Sean Abbott's spell. Driven away through point and cover. Beautiful shot. And that will be 4. Banton moves on to 10. These two starting to build another partnership for England, as there is the commentator's curse. Curran gets bowled by a really nice ball from Stoinis, hitting the leg stump. He goes for the big drive, and he is bowled. Xavier Bartlett comes back on. Not the best first 2 overs for him, as there is another absolute smash that he's received from Banton. Banton started the over off with intent. Can he end it with intent? It's driven in the air and taken. Bartlett gets a wicket that he's deserved with a really tidy over. Gets his first wicket. Banton goes with a big booming drive. Went up in the air and it's a great catch in there by Tim David. Australia have really turned the game on its head recently as that slapped away from Dawson. His first ball, he finds a boundary. Slow start for Cast, 3 off 10. Driven down the ground though, that's a beautiful shot. Should go all to the way. Oh no, won't go all the way to the. Will go all to the way to the boundary. Oh my lord, my English is not very good at the moment. Bartlett once more. Oh wow! Outswinger. Cast misses out on the drive. Could have easily crashed into his off stump. Bartlett once more. Slap down the ground from Cast. Absolute disdain for that ball. Bartlett ends with figures of 1 for 42. Cast 11 off 17, really struggling to score at the moment. There's a big old drive through the covers. He finds a boundary. Zampa getting the same treatment as Adil Rashid did earlier in England's bowling innings. 2 men out, a cow and a deep cover. As there's a drive in between point and short cover. Great shot from Cast. He's starting to pick up the run rate. England have 3 overs to try and build a lead now as Josh Hazlewood's back on. There's a drive from Dawson in the gap between cover and point, and that's a boundary. Hazlewood again to Dawson. Punched off the back foot between point and cover. That'll be another boundary in the same area that Dawson got his first one in the over. He gets another one just 2 balls later. Invaluable innings from Dawson so far as there's another drive and another boundary. This time behind point. Zampa again. Still a big gap through cover and he goes for it. Cast. A real slap of a shot there. Gets full result with 4. Gaps on the offside here. Oh, he's bowled him. Zampa floats one up. Dawson takes the invitation but can't latch on to the ball and Zampa gets his first wicket. It's been a great final over so far from Hazlewood. As there's a big pull shot though from Cast. He finally gets hold of one and pulls it all the way to the boundary for 4. Can England get that lead above 20? Edge down into the gap between Slip and Gully. It'll be another boundary. Every run counts. England's lead is 23. As that's cut away again. 12 from the over. Cast finds 3 boundaries in a row and ends on 38 off 31. Brilliant end to the innings from England. And let's see how Australia can fare with a big deficit to chase down, as well as setting England a big target in the second innings. Here we go. First ball of Australia's second innings. It's Luke Wood in. This is a lot of lag as that's flicked away from Marsh. As in the last innings, he gets off the mark quickly with a couple of runs. Luke Wood again to Marsh. Gets on the back foot, pulls that one away. Beautiful shot through the line, and he gets full result with 4 runs. Wood again. Slapped away through covers, and Marsh is out of the gates very, very quickly here with another boundary. Jofra Archer from the other end. Head flicks him away through mid-wicket, and we are seeing a lot more aggression from Australia at the start of their innings. That's another boundary. Archer was expensive in the first innings. What can he do in the second? There's a wicket. A beautiful ball. Gets Marsh driving and gets one to jag back inside the gate and bowl him. Was there a little inside edge on this? Yeah, there was. Very nice bowling from Archer, and Marsh is gone. He was looking brilliant in the first over, but it's 1 for 19. Archer into Inglis now. Short and wide and slapped away into the gap. Inglis off the mark early. Very aggressive field here with short cover in. Is that short and wide and edged away into the gap. Archer to Inglis again. Full and a bit too straight. Flicked across the line, and he'll get 4 runs. Archer again. Australia have punished him through square legs so far, and there's a bit of punishment through cover. Inglis rocks onto the back foot, punches him away for another boundary. Wow, 3 boundaries in a row. And Inglis follows it up with a 4th. Drives through point and short cover. Head 11 off 9. Maybe we'll want to release the shackles as there's a big shot over short cover. Wow, this is an electric start from Australia, and there's another huge shot. That goes all the way, and we have our first 6 of the game. Run rate is over 12.5 as there's another big shot down the ground. Could that go all the way too? I don't know if it did. Was that 4 or 6? 4. Australia are going unbelievably well so far as there's another huge shot from Head. And it goes all the way. Well, when you've been hit for so many in and over, you don't want to bowl a no ball, which Travis Head will punish over the ropes for another 6. England aren't going to change anything up. They'll stick with the aggressive fields as that's slapped away through cover from Inglis, and it will be 4 more. Run rate's almost 15 and over, as there's another drive through cover that will go all the way to the boundary. This is just unbelievable from Australia. Last ball for Cast. It's a bit wide and flashed through cover. Inglis turns a very, very good over into an alright one for England. Finally, England have found a defensive field as on comes Sam Curran. It's cut away though in the gap. Even with 3 men out, they can't stop Travis Head cutting them away for 4. Oh my life, this lag. Oh my lord, they've got a wicket. Inglis too slow to get back into his crease. Jumping over the crease line really, and he's gone. Curran into David, his first ball. Driven down the ground, beautiful shot, and that's 4 runs. Curran again. That's flicked fine, just a single. Oh my lord, they've got another run out. This time it's Travis Head. It's the exact same way they got their first wicket, England. Literally the exact same wicket. Driven through cover. Owen doesn't allow Wood to get a maiden, but still 4 off the over is an impressive result. Curran to David. Flicked away on the up. Beautiful shot, and it's 4 more. Curran once more. It's short. Flicked fine. Very, very fine for 4. Gaps everywhere in this field if David wants to take them on, and he does. Straight down the ground is the one he chooses, and he gets 4. Curran in again. Flicked in the gap, and it's 4. Disgusting bowling, but this has been some really good batting, to be fair, as there's another boundary, 20 off the over. Cast is back. So that's edged away into the gap. They have got a 3rd man, but it doesn't matter, it's 4. Cast Owen. Flicked away. Beautiful shot. Little bit too straight there, Cars, and it's another boundary in the over. Archer, driven on the up. Nice shot from Tim David, eased through covers, and it's another 4. T-Force to start the over. That's driven in the gap. Chase on for Bethel. And the ball will win the race. It's another boundary. Archer, too straight and flicked off the hips from David. Lovely, lovely strike, and it's another boundary. Curran again. Oh, that looked straight. Looked very, very close. Owen trying to release the shackles. He'd been the one that struggled to score, and now he's gone. LBW, 17 or 15 for him. Curran gets his first wicket. Curran flicked away, too straight. Surely a square leg should be put in at this point for England. Curran again, driven down the ground this time by Stoinis. Runs away all the way to the boundary. He's 8 off 2. Curran once more. Flicked again. Oh my lord. This is just dominance from Australia. It's another 4. It's cast to David. Short, cut away in the gap between cover and point. And that is a boundary for David. David 45 off 17 as there's another cut in the gap. David moves to 49 with another boundary. Cast again to David. Short, pulled on the up. He gets on top of the bounce. It's a beautiful strike, and David moves to 50 off just 19 balls. 13 boundaries in it. Rashid again to David. Driven away in the gap. Could go all the way to the boundary and will. Rashid to David. Big old slog away through Cow, and that will be 4 more. David's not messing around, as there's a little inside edge, and he gets the wicket. Rashid, after being hit for 2 boundaries in a row, gets a little inside edge off the pad of David. Very unlucky way to get out. Very weird looking field here. So that's swatted across the line in the gap by Short, and it's 4. Dawson to Short. He gets across the line, hits it away through deep mid wicket, and that is a boundary. Dawson again. Too straight and flicked away off the pads from Short. It's another boundary. Deep square out. Slapped away through cover from Stoinis. Finds a boundary. Rashid again. Cut away. Rocks onto the back foot. Stoinis cuts it through point and cover. Dawson again to Short. Floaty. Driven away through the covers. That could go all the way to the boundary and will. Last ball of the innings. England have dragged this game back really well, and this has been a brilliant last over from Rashid, but that is driven in the gap from Short. He ends the innings in style with 4. Australia get 233, and I think the chase is about 205. England's target is 207. As that slapped away first ball from Butler starts the innings off with intent. Oh, swivel pull from Butler. That was about 6th stump outside off, and he still gets onto the pull. Full. Slapped away through the covers. Another boundary for Butler. Hazelwood to Salt. Good length. It's a no ball, and it's flicked away in the gap from Salt. Finds a boundary off his first ball as well. Free hit. Can Salt punish it? Gets a top edge. It goes straight up in the air, but over the keeper's head. 1 bounce for 4. So 8 off 3. There's a cut shot through point and gully. Disdain on that shot. Hazelwood again to Salt. Pulls it away across the line. Lovely, lovely striking here from Salt. Bartlett. Pulled away by Butler. Gets on top of the bounce. Bartlett to Butler again. Cut away through the gap. It's another one. Bartlett to Salt. Oh, it looked quite close. And it's given. Salt is on his bike. Bartlett gets him. First ball, Bartlett's bowled to Salt. And he gets him on his bike. Just trying to punch off the back foot. A little bit too full to do so. Bethel struggling to find a way to get off the mark here. There's a flick off the hips. That will get him going. It's a boundary. Butler on strike now. Punches it off the back foot in between cover and mid-off. Racing away to the boundary there. Butler goes for it. Does he get it over the top? Yes, he does. Just about gets it. Butler pulling that one away again. The pull. Marsh again to Butler. Flicked away off the pads. Bit too straight from Marsh, and it's another boundary. Butler 40 from 19 as there's a cut shot in the gap, and that will be a boundary. Marsh into Butler. Short uppercut in the gap. Great shot. Abbott into the attack. Swivel pull straight away from Bethel. Bit too short, Abbott, and gets punished. But that might hold up short of the rope. Oh no, the fielder just decides to let it go to the boundary. Butler's been stuck in the 40s for a while, but there is a big shot to bring up his 50 with 2, not 4. He brings up his 50 off 27 balls. Abbott into Bethel. Flicked away, turned away off the pads, 4. England still need to pick up the rate a bit more here, as there's another flick. That should help, as it will race away. Now, because Butler's batting so poorly, the run rate is below 10 and over. There's a pull. That will finally get Butler off 50. Took him a long time. Abbott to Butler. Driven in the gap. Beautiful shot from Butler. Finally, he's starting to get moving. It's another boundary. Abbott again to Butler. Driven off the back foot into the gap. And that is 4. Abbott into Butler. Slapped away behind square. Beats fine leg and goes to the boundary. Bethel finally gets one through the gap to the boundary. Feels like England are trying to make it hard for themselves to get to this target, as there's a cut from Butler to the boundary. Butler in again. Butler, beautiful shot into the gap for a boundary. Short, pulled away from Butler, hoiked over the man at short mid-wicket for 4. Can Bethel find a way here? He drives through the gap. Great shot from him. Abbott. Bethel flicks that one very fine. Should run away and will. Bethel finally getting a groove here as he pulls that one away again, and it's another boundary. Last ball of the over. Oh, that looked plumb. Bethel's gone just as he started to find a way to score. He's been put to bed by Abbott. Run rate just under net where it needs to be, as there's a little pull from Butler which will help that run rate. Deep point and deep square leg now. As Brook pulls that away, his first ball, he gets off the mark with a boundary. Marsh again to Brook. Flicked, worked off the hips. Nice looking shot from Brook. And he'll find 4. Stoinis into Brook. Flicked, worked off the hips. And will go all the way to the boundary. A very important boundary for England to Brook. Slapped. Disrespect all over that shot from Brook. Last ball of Stoinis' third. It's pulled away. He gets on top of the bounce, Brook, and punishes it for 4. 33 needed. 3 overs remain. England need to go at 11s, and there's a big shot from Brook over the offside, and it's a boundary. Hazelwood again. Brook works that one away through mid-wicket and mid-on. Could run away. And will. It's another 4. Hazelwood again into Brook. Cut away through the slip cordon, and it will be 4. Brook cuts him away, punishes him again, and England are way back on top now. Brilliant innings here from Brook. 17 needed off 11, as that's a cut into the gap. Butler finds a boundary. Huge gap through cover, which Brook takes advantage of. The one between point and cover, which I wasn't really talking about. I think 9 needed off 7. Oh, and he bowls him! Huge wicket for Australia. Brook's gone. New batter has to come in. Brook's played brilliantly, but now he's gone 3 for 199, and this game could turn on its head. 8 needed off this final over. Cut away from Butler. He finds a boundary and moves to 99. 4 to win. Short and pulled away. Butler gets to his 100 and wins the match for England with 4 balls to spare. What an enthralling match this has been. Butler gets to 100 with 22 fours in it, and England win by 7 wickets. Wow, what a game that was. Player of the match is Bryden Cast for taking a 3-for in the first innings and getting a 38 not out. I would give it to Butler. 100 not out. You can't really look past that. It was a game-winning innings, but what a brilliant game that was. Enthralling match. Really enjoyed it. Flicking through the scorecard just so you can see. Tell me in the comments if you want to see me do more Test 20 stuff before the start of Cricket 26, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.